He's a beautiful, beautiful Maine Coon, or Siberian, sorry. Siberian. He's like, I am. He's like, I'm Russian. Oh no. Can we just say I'm a Maine Coon? You know, given the state of affairs and all that. Mm, sure. You know, a lot of people believe, who would believe you were a Maine Coon, right? Yeah. Wow. Little happy hoodie. I'm about to cut his nails. So, let's get that party started. Mm, there we go. He's going to keep his tail natural. I'm just going to do the body. All of his nails have been shredded, so he's been clawing at something. So, FYI, Daddy, who is watching live, whatever he's shredding his nails on, not sure. Might have been the right here, or what he does at home. Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is this tail stop, since he's keeping his tail natural. So let's start with that. There we go. Are we there yet? Alright. Alright. That's tail stop. Alright, normally I go in reverse with the lion, but in his case, we're probably going to go with the green. He's got this beautiful color. And we're going to continue with that color. If you go in reverse, you take a lot of that color off. Just FYI. Wowza. Well, we just got started, so give him time. See how he does. Right? We literally just started a few minutes ago. Beautiful kitty. Yes, you are. Who is that? River. Hi, River. This is Remy. Remy's daddy's watching. I think this might be the first time his owner maybe has ever watched his cat being groomed. Seems to be a rare phenomenon when you can get to watch your cat being groomed live, right? In my opinion, it should be a state law, right? Okay. Now let's set that mane. He's like, you're gonna do what? You're gonna set my mane. What the hell does that mean? Nothing. Okay. Now, do you need a princess bed? He's like, I ain't no stinking princess. Well, alright. Do you want a prince bed? He's like, maybe. Alright. Alrighty then. Ready? He's like, for what? To get your tricky bits done. We're going to switch to the safety clipper. One, to save the nipples, and two, there is some pelting going on down below. And three, working around the arms. It is one of the most sensitive parts of the grooming. Bonjour. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Trying to flip? You think I wasn't? You know you're on camera, right? He's like, dope. Dope. Can't get away with nothing around here. And your daddy's watching. He is? Yeah. Alright, he's flipping. He's flipping. Alright, let's go to the other side. Oh, here we go. Alright, so we're going to turn the comments section off so that we can focus all of our attention onto the cat, right? Yeah. And we'll turn it on a little bit later. Yeah, we're going going to roll him in a way where we can get to these tricky bits a little bit better. Yeah. So he's already trying to roll out of position. He's like, that tickles. Ah. Okay. Save his tail. He's almost ready for the bath. His coloring is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Alright, let's try and get in there. Roll. Roll. Okay. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. That way. Alright, let's see what part we missed. Good job. Alright, get those little fuzz bunnies out of the way. Okay. You going for a walk? He's like, yeah, I'm out of here. Really? You're not going to get very far. Nope, you're not going to get very far. He's like, watch me. Alright. I'm watching. Carry all these fuzz bunnies in because they'll just start to knot up into the coat when you wash the cat. Alright, you ready? He's like, for what? Your bath. He's like, have I ever had a bath? Not sure. I don't think so. Alright. So you know what that means. He needs a bath test. So that means the cat's not going to touch anything wet or cold. I'm going to put him right up on that pedestal, right? And we're going to attempt to just wash the two front paws. And if he passes that, then he passes the water test, right? So we'll turn the comment section back on since we're right here. And we can see y'all a little bit better. Who wants to take odds on whether he passes or not? Anyone? So he's completely dry. And we're just wetting the front paw, right? Well, he's just passing with flying colors. The owner is watching, right? The owner is here watching and monitoring this grooming, right? So Sue, I think he's passing. He said, is that a duck? Yep. It's not just any duck, it's a special duck. He's like, really? What's it do? It makes bubbles. And it makes a funny noise. So don't get scared. Don't get scared. Hello. Alright, so he passed. In case you were wondering. So, turn that off. That means we can now start with pre-treatment. Get all this greasy, grimy stuff around his head and mane pre-treated. He's like, I'm just a little nervous. Yes, you are. Alright, let's work that magic through the coat. Pink paw powder greasing magic. Okay, and while that's processing, we're going to put the happy hoodie back on. There. Come back to that later. See if we can turn him while keeping his position exactly the same. Okay? That's called a technique, people. Feet up. Feet up. Feet up. Feet up. Hello. Hey. It's actually the complete opposite. Cats started being behaviorally modified for the last 100 years. You think you could just take a Persian cat and put him in the wild and think he'd be fine? Yeah. Funny how you never see. Funny how you never see a It's funny how you never see a Persian cat in a outdoor feral community, right? You ever wonder why? Yeah. So, again, the owners are watching, right? So. Fat booties. Fat booties. He's probably going to be a little nervous with me watching around his face area. So I'm probably going to make a little baby bottle. If you don't know what that is. It's just a bottle of nice warm water that I'm going to need to rinse off his head. Right? Mm-hmm. 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 And if you are going to make a bottle to help rinse your cat's face off, just make sure it's nice and warm, right? If it's too hot, it's going to upset them. If it's too cold, it's going to upset them, right? Think the three little bears, right? In the porridge. Not too hot, not too cold. Sort of like that. Alright, so we got 2 bottles on standby. Since we're going to attempt to wash his head, do the baby test right there. It's going to be a little tricky, so we are going to be turning the comment section off, right? Because this cat's going to need all of my undivided attention, right? Waka waka. Keep that nice and warm. We could try to start rinsing this part off. Get him used to that water around his head. That way, if something does go wrong, most all of him is already rinsed off, right? Oh, sole mio, oh my own. And tail. And tail. Are you leaving? He's like, yeah. How about if we not moonwalk out of here, right? Keep your butt on there. He's like, I'm gonna leave. How about if we don't? How about if we don't leave? He's like, I'm gonna do it. Alright. Alright, here we go. Here we go. He is on eggshells right now. Yeah. The owner did try working with the GABA, but didn't come close to what a therapeutic dose would be. If you're going to use GABA, it's important that you understand it is a science formula, and you have to follow the science for it to work. So all of that information is in the link in my bio, themainlion.live. Just go to the Calming Cat Guide, and it'll teach you all about how to use GABA, right? It includes our 8-year case study with 500 cat clients. It also includes the teachings of fear-free pets, right? And it's also going to include the new study that we're doing with the CBD products, which nobody knows about because your vets can't talk to you about it. The only way you can talk to your vet about the CBD products, which have been available for 6 years now, is if your cat or if your vet is a holistic vet, right? Yeah. If your vet is a holistic vet, chances are he's already got it stocked in his facility at the checkout area, and he's probably encouraging a lot of his clients to use it, right? Yeah. Yipper. Now, there's nothing wrong with the product. You know, if you're thinking that's why the vets aren't talking, no, that's not the reason why the vets aren't allowed to talk about it. They're not allowed to talk about it because the DEA is somehow involved, Drug Enforcement Agency. Even though there's no THC in the product, somehow the DEA has managed to muzzle every vet in this country from talking about CBD products. Therefore, nobody knows about them. They don't even know that they've been available for 6 years. Go to your local pet store. Ask the pet store manager, how long has that product been sitting on the shelf for my cat? They're going to tell you about 6 years. But I would not recommend that you buy a pet store product of CBD, because it's usually a very watered down version of the good stuff. The good stuff, the higher quality, right? The higher quality product. He's like, I want the good stuff. I bet. Hee. You say, what's happening now? Nothing. We're going to see if we can rinse you back off again. I got 2 baby bottles waiting in the wings because I didn't think you were going to come around. He said, I ain't no stinking baby. Good looking kid, kitty. Good looking kitty. He said, thanks for telling nobody I was a Siberian. We don't want people thinking I'm Russian. Not at this particular time, people. I'm a Maine Coon. Well, you look a lot like a Maine Coon. He's like, I'm an American. Yes, Maine Coons are native to America. You're right. You gonna be able to rinse you? He's like, I'm about to snap. You're fine. He's like, I'm gonna snap. No, you're not. You see that? You didn't need your baby bottles at all. But if you did need his baby bottles, this would be how you would use them, right? There's no sprayer. You get up real close, right? And you no longer sound triggering the cat. When the pressure is on low, it takes a lot longer to rinse out that shampoo, right? But as soon as we get it all rinsed out, we're going to put a happy hoodie back on. And then we're going to go to full blast, right? Full blast. It's like, you're going to go full blast on me? Yipper. I am. Wham. Wham. Put that on. There. There we go. Better. Or maybe half pressure. Maybe half pressure. He's like, you know, it's a lot easier if you just let me just leave. No, that would not be good. And then what are you going to do? By yourself? He's like, yeah. Here we go. Where are you going? There. Back up. Good boy. Good buddy. You did it. You did it. Hand is always over those shoulders to help keep your cat from going vertical or leaving, right? Here, let's turn you around. Now. The reason why we have to turn him around is his tail did not pass the test. You know, the fingertip test that helps you to determine whether your own hair is clean. Yeah. Same exact way of just feeling with your fingertips, right? Same exact thing. You did it. He's like, I said, what I do? You got your tail rewashed. Yep. How do you know you're done? Smart cat. Unless he just wants me off his tail. Yeah. There we go. All done. Good boy. You did it, buddy. All right, let's do towel wrap. Towel wrap. Good, buddy. Oh, you. He's like, I did it, Dad. I did it, Dad. All right. I think we have someone at the door. All right, so let me go. No. No. I don't know why we need to ask a question right about now. Kind of like in the middle of things here. Right? There. Sorry, I had to check in a client. Anyway, you did good, buddy. He's like, I did? Yeah. Let's rewrap you. Let's rewrap you. Okay. I think he did pretty well, Dad. Yeah. Cute, cute, beautiful, handsome, glorious, glorious. He's just glorious. Here we go. Wow. There we go. Leave that little space heater going. Get him used to a little bit of sound, a little bit of heat. So we'll turn the comment section back on again. There. You're doing it, buddy. He's like, yeah, what am I doing? You're getting groomed. At relatively low stress levels. So with the owner, he knew GABA pension would help with his very nervous kitty, but he doesn't. It's the first time using it. So I did explain to him in the link in my profile, the mainlion.live, it will share, you know, our 8-year case study and combine that with what the original vet who started talking about GABA back in 2016-17, that would be Dr. Marty Becker, founder of Fear Free Pets, right? Before Dr. Marty Becker, that GABA was kind of like hidden, even though it had been around for a long time. It had been hidden, the public didn't know about it, right? So, good, good, good. How are you? Hey, 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 hey. It's Bianca. It's Bianca. Alright. Waka waka. Never underestimate the power of a happy hoodie. May not make the cat happy, but it helps to calm them. Yeah. You do a lot with those large ones as well. Yeah. It'll make your cat happy. Not really. Helps calm them. Most of the time. 80% effective, right? He's a looker. He's a looker, Daddy. He's so handsome. Alright, let's see the back. Back feeties. Booties. The back booties. Wait, how do you know you're going in there? You, my dear boy. He's been shredding his nails on something. Hopefully it wasn't on the grate of his metal carrier for the ride over. The fronts of his nails are all shredded. Which is your first sign, if that's why his nails are shredded, that you're not at the therapeutic dose when you're working with a GABA pre-treatment, right? There you go. You're just glorious. How do you know you're going in the box? He's like, I'm smart that way. Alright, well, I'm impressed. There you go. I'm absolutely impressed. You've never been here before and you just knew that's where you were going. Imagine that. Imagine that. Boop. A little nervous, so we'll see how he does with the box. This isn't our only drying option. We got about 13 different drying options to choose from, right? It's gonna need a process. Once he gets past that and processes that it's not going to do anything to hurt him, what he's going to realize is how comfortable it is in there, right? It's nice and warm. It's a box. So most cats fairly happy with the dryer box. Not all, but most. Treat. Some of that because I put a little, I opened up the window on the side a little bit bigger. There is no window, but it has little grates. I'll show you. There. So I cut one open and then filed it down so it's not like sharp plastic, so I could feed a tube treat through in case, you know, Kitty wanted one. But yeah, he's walking on eggshells. Anyway, with a pre-treatment for panic, because we know the owner's not trying to pre-treat for aggression or irritability, for a pre-treatment of panic, for that to work correctly, normally your veterinarian, well, I can't even say that anymore because there's two camps of vets. One camp of vets is telling you one thing and the other camp of vets is telling you a completely opposite thing, right? Even the vets are not in agreement with how to properly work with GABA, right? Which is probably one of the reasons why I started my own study, right? Yeah, it's a sweet kitty. And we're going to turn the comment section off of our feral community so that we can actually start, you know, being able to think correctly. Trying to analyze and process half the shit that comes out of your people's mouths is mind-boggling, people. Alright, so with panic, usually it's a double treatment. Usually the night before and 2 hours prior. But if you have a late in the day or after, you know, end of the day appointment, your first treatment, you probably do first thing in the morning. And then the next one is 2 hours before the appointment, right? It's really important that when you're pre-treating for the one right before the grooming appointment, that you reach a therapeutic dose, right? How do you find a therapeutic dose for your cat? One of the simplest and easiest ways to find the therapeutic dose for your cat, not your dog, we're talking about cats, is to just add a 0 after your cat's weight. He's 18 pounds. So if you add a 0, his therapeutic dose should have been right around 180, right? The capsule that he was given by his owner only has 100. All capsules are usually always at 100, right? So he's pretty much only at half of where he should be, which is why it's not really working to give him a full low stress grooming for the entire grooming, right? He's doing really, really well, Dad. Really well. I'm just trying to explain how the GABA works, how to get it to work, you know, as how to get the full results of a pre-treatment of GABA, right? Yeah. So Anyway, he's processed. Nothing's gonna bite him. He's comfy. Hopefully he won't. You can see certain things can spook him, right? God, he's gorgeous. He's absolutely glorious. There. Alright, so he's gonna stay in there for a few minutes, and then we'll take him out and do a real quick final finish polish on his lion cut, and then we'll send him on his merry way home. He is a cutie patootie. Absolutely. What a cutie patootie. Okay. Maybe he's interested in the chewer now. He's like, nah. Did you taste it? Did you even taste it? He's like, nah. Not interested. Alright. I'll wait. Wow, wow, wow. This is why you put pillowcases on the beds that you're working with, right? Because the bed is clean, right? Buddy. He's like, I could be better. What would make it better? Home. I bet. Alright, he's gonna come out in just 2 minutes. Doesn't take long. He's in a lion cut. Doesn't take long at all. Waka waka. Paw. The paw. The little paw. The little paw. right, little buddy. You ready? Say for what? His little nose is going like a little bunny rabbit. That's a pretty obvious sign of stress as well. But he's doing good. Alright. Where? He's like, now you want me to come out? Yep. Yepper. And then what happens? And then we finish you. That's it. Good body. Good body. There we go. There. You don't want to scare him. So let's just use a space heater for now. Alright. There we go. And we can put the comment section back on again for a little bit. There. Since all of the rough patches of his grooming are over, right? Yeah. He's glorious. He's like, I am? Yepper. You are glorious. Alright, fuzzy fix clipper with the 10 blade that it comes with. We're going with the grain to keep some of this beautiful coloring. Right? Oops, forgot to put that on. There we go. No. You stay there. Stay there. Yeah, good boy. Yep, and the owner is watching. But it's also a really, really great way to get rid of the riffraff, right? Doing it, buddy. He's like, I am. What am I doing? You getting your final finishings, your feline frosting. Here, let's put one of these on. Because we still have to do his tricky bits again. As the owner is watching, right? As the owner is watching to monitor his cat's stress levels as the cat is being groomed, right? Need a list of names and accounts of groomers who have no issues going live with cats kicking and screaming and biting and urinating and pooping and all that other stuff. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to share that with you. That'll give you a little bit of perspective, right? On what cat grooming can be like, right? When not properly trained, right? Yeah. Alright, ready? For what? Your bed. Yeah, and they go live. Some actually add laugh tracks to it because after all it's a comedy show, right? To laugh at a cat absolutely losing their mind. Okay. Yeah, we're turning the comment section off at this point, right? Because my focus is on the cat right now, right? We can turn it back on again when I'm done with the grooming, right? And when I'm done with you, right? Yeah. All right, let's get him in there. Tricky bits. Tricky bits in the bed. He said, I ain't rolling. I ain't doing it, lady. Okay. We have ways. We have ways, little one. Mm-hmm. We have ways. Gotcha. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Daddy, you can come back and he'll be ready in 5 minutes. All right? Back anytime. Well, give me at least 5 minutes. All right, he doesn't want the bed. He wants nothing to do with it. The bed will usually help with the tricky bits, but not for this guy. He just wants his box back. You know why? Because when the cat's in the cat box, cat groomer stops touching, grooming stops, everything stops, right? There. Good buddy. And what we might do is just push him in that corner, because he just wants to go over to the box. So we're going to push him in that corner where he can't go any further. You did it, buddy. You did it. Good buddy. So handsome. Mm-hmm. Okay. See? You lost it. God, you're so cute. You're adorbs. You're adorbs. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just checking his boots. Checking his boot lines. You did it, buddy. He's like, I did? What did I do? He got washed and coiffed. Mm-hmm. To a high quality spec at low stress levels. You know, only the gold standard in cat grooming. Okay? But 90% of the public knows nothing about cat grooming, so they don't recognize, they can't see or appreciate what's happening, right? To give you a little perspective, yeah, if I were to give you 5 names of 5 groomers who complacently go live and try to groom cats kicking and screaming and biting and peeing and urinating, and they're so complacent about it because in their mind, they're doing exactly what they were taught to do, in the exact manner that they were taught, in the exact techniques they were taught, right? Those techniques are the equivalent of the 4-letter word that starts with R, right? And it's a technique that is being taught on how to groom cats, right? Because the cat's not consenting. A cat who is kicking and screaming is trying to tell you you are doing it wrong. They are not consenting, right? Period. So, little FYI there for you people. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. He is so handsome. We're actually going to do another Siberian right now. She's being put in a velvet liger cut. Yeah. But I'm not supposed to mention that he's a Siberian, you know, just given the state of affairs in the news these days. So we're going to call him a Maine Coon. I'm going to call him a Maine Coon for now. Anyway, comment section is back on for anyone who wants to say goodbye to this beautiful creature. His name is Remy. It's his first time being groomed here. Yeah, it might have been his first time getting a bath too. I think it did absolutely amazing. It's absolutely glorious. And thank you for showing up there, Remy. He said, well, thanks for having me, lady. Oh, there's Daddy. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.